you've pitched a lot of places, right? You pitch for 4 different teams, I believe. You get to Colorado. Is there any, like when you get there and then you're called up, hey, this pitch might not work here? Or does the pitching coach have any like, hey, I know that looked really good in Arizona, but in Colorado, that slider or that whatever won't actually work?
So fortunate enough for me this year, they had a lot of trust in me to literally just say, go do your thing. And that just, re-upped the trust in myself and self-confidence that I had. For people who don't know, the dimensions there at that ballpark are smaller than Coors Field. And someone argued that the environment there is the exact same as Coors Field. High altitude, dry climate, and wind. And, factor in the new baseballs we had in AAA this year. Obviously, everybody crushed their home run records, halfway through the season. All that stuff can be on your mind if you let it be on your mind. But day one, when I got there, I was really able to just focus in on my process and listen to my own voice versus listening to, the voices around me, whether from my own team or other teams or friends. Hey, I heard you're pitching in Albuquerque. Good luck with that ERA, buddy. So there were some tricks that I found throughout the year that could help. I'm not a pine tar guy. I could just flat out say I just use rosin, sunscreen, and sweat. And I feel comfortable with it competing like that. So it wasn't, I needed an aid. It was always like, I could figure this out with what I have already. And, whether that's changing my pitch location, usage of different pitches, there's so many factors that you can look into, changing their swings. Teams will come into our park in Albuquerque and change their swings. And I noticed that in Colorado too. And, teams coming in and literally just swinging for the fences as much as they can, like first pitch of the game, trying to hit a home run. And you take that into account and you change your approach then. So it's such a challenge. And I think anybody, looks at it that way, they're going to have better results than looking at it as like an issue or a problem. Because the other team has to play there too. So.
Yeah, sounds like a perfect attitude to go in. I think I'd be like, fuck, I can't throw my pitches. This sucks. Trade me.
Colorado's such a strange place too, because you show up there and you hear, I only played there a few times, but you just hear and you know that the ball flies there. But when you walk up to the batter's box, it's huge. Like you look out into like center field, left center, and right, there's a huge wall, and you're like, this is a massive park. And then you take a few swings and you're like, oh. Like it's not that big, but the ball just goes there. And I think what people don't take into consideration when they talk about Colorado is because it's so big, there's a lot of hits in front of the outfielders as well. It's not just home runs. It's like there's just hits everywhere.
You get called up for the Rockies. You pitch. You go 7 innings, 2 hits or whatever. You had 2 RBIs. What were you more excited about? The great pitching line, or that you got a 2 RBI single? Or that you got to wear your I Love Baseball shirt in the postgame?
I got to say the 2 RBI single. I knew it was going to be a slider, and I just put a good barrel on it, got it right up the middle. Hadn't had a hit like that since high school. So
how'd you know it was going to be a slider? Did something buzz?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my heart, my brain connected in the moment, and I dreamt about it my whole life. And you just know.
That's awesome. Cool.
Wait,
you're 2 for 8. That's not bad.
You think they're gonna really give me that day one?
Yeah.
The inside, the inside secret.
And they give it to the starting pitcher.
I mean, the Astros would have. They're clearly not all there.
Have you guys talked a lot about that stuff? By the way,
the Astros stuff, good amount.
Just barely.
You guys see what happened?
Yeah, it's brutal.